Hi. Oh, we have people here already. I haven't got my laptop outside, so I can't see comments. I will try and sort that out. Here we are. Oh, we've got a few comments already. Hello, can you see Sweetie in the background? She's just gonna sit there, photo bombing us. Jimbo, yawn, just woke up and you're unboxing already. Haven't even had my coffee yet. I've literally just got my second coffee and I forgot to put a sweetener in it, but I'm going to endure it. New zoologist, yes, Tracy. Nice to see you. Victor very kindly sent myself and Dan a box here. I think you can probably guess what's going to be in there because there's two new releases. Let's have a little look. So here's my face, which I was hiding in my last video. It's not as bad as I probably made out. I've got the cream on it now. Do you want to see my dermatitis? It's just around here, and it's kind of like all it does, and all around here, and it goes up here as well. It just keeps on flaking, and cracking. At its worst, I clean my teeth, and it start bleeding with the movement. But the doctor, via video call, managed luckily to diagnose it, because in the past I've had psoriasis and I've had allergies and things, and the doctors they can never really diagnose it. They just say try this cream, try that cream. Anyway, the cream that she's given me is working wonders. So I'm back showing my face. I can't put any makeup on, can't even put anything on. My lips are really cracked and dry around here. Can't put anything on them to moisturize them. I've just got to keep it all clean. Let's see, who have we got? Hillary's here. Hi, Hillary. And we've got Scott, the Centurion's here. Tony, Fragdicted's here. And Heather, nice to see you as well. And nice of Sweetie just to sit there and photo bomb. I think that's kind of cool. So yeah, cheers everyone. To me it's morning, but actually I think it's about 2 p.m, isn't it? I think. I could be wrong. I've forgotten now. I don't know what time it is. Tracy says Dream Cream from Lush gets rid of eczema. May be fine for the face. Okay, I'll bear that in mind. Yeah, I'm just keeping everything off of it for now. And yeah, I guess I'll have to go a bit gentle with it. I think part of the reason might have been trying some new products from The Ordinary. One of them was this ascorbic acid, and actually kind of burnt and almost felt scratchy, even though it wasn't. It was a smooth cream. When you put it on, it felt like it had glass particles in it. So that might have been a telltale sign it wasn't quite for me. Blue Spanner Gang is here. So yeah, cheers everyone. So for me it's morning, night shifts at the moment, and I got woken up about 11 a.m. by the postman with this box here, and I couldn't really get back to sleep. You know when your mind just is full of stuff and doesn't want to stop talking random shit constantly. So in the end I gave in and thought, do you know what, I want to get up and do this unboxing live because that would be fun. Maybe I can get a nap before I start work again later. Who knows, that might be good. I just need to confessions. I've got a confession to make. Yesterday I ate a whole packet of party rings. I have got a problem with sugar at the moment. It's out of control. The weight is going on. I reckon I'm gaining pounds every day. So I'm not quite sure how to get it under control. It's like in my mind, it's like I need snacks constantly to get through the night shift. So I think it's being at home where you're more tired at home than you are actually at work. And the only way I'm getting through at the moment is snacking, and it's ridiculous. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I think I'm just going to get through tonight and tomorrow with my snacks, and then see if I can find a way out of this mindset. Let's have a look. I think I saw that the duck's in the house. Rich Mitch is here. Heather had dermatitis too and had to switch toothpaste. Do you know what? I had a new toothpaste not long before I started getting the signs. The first thing I got was like little red bits sides of both of my mouth, and that was actually ages ago. I'd switched toothpaste to this really white, like a supposed to be a really good whitening one, And I did wonder if that might be part of it, because I use an electric toothbrush, so I do end up getting it all around my mouth. It's really attractive. So I am being really careful now to make sure, like, I hold my head back to make sure I don't get toothpaste around my mouth. Galan man, hello. I need to break the sugar rush cycle. Yeah, I'm kind of afraid of trying though. I'm going to keep eating sugar tonight and tomorrow night, and then I'm going to address the issue. I know that keto, when I did keto, there's some really good things about it and some really bad things about it. The good thing is I seem to manage to be able to do it for quite a long time, but it is quite restrictive. And especially if you, I mean, obviously at the moment I've not really got a social life, but when you've got a social life, keto is really awkward. But I know that I can give up sugar because I did keto. I've done keto a few times, and the weight comes off really quick, which is fantastic. Sorry, I'm losing all the comments. Let's just have a little quick check. John says, put the spanner away, Tony. Hi, John Snow, aka Scented Snowdrops. Rich Mitch is buying bacon. You should always have bacon in your fridge, in my opinion. Tina's here. Keto works best for me, no cravings. Yeah, it's something I'm going to have to consider if I can't break this cycle. And Ben's here. Hi, Talking Sense. Hilary says, I've gained a ridiculous amount of weight from quarantine, hoping it starts to drop like it normally does in the summer soon. Yeah, let's hope so. It's a little bit, it makes you feel really sluggish. Like when you're eating the food, you're like, oh, fuck it, I'll gain a little bit of weight, but I can sort it out later. But then you sit down and then you feel this extra portion in your mid areas, and it sits on top of your waistband or whatever, or it just makes you feel a bit like, ugh, a bit horrible. So yeah, it's like when you're eating, you think, oh fuck it, and then when you've not eaten and you just suddenly aware of how big you've become, it's really unpleasant, and it actually affects you in more ways than just looking a little bit bigger, I think. Heather says, cold turkey with the sugar, I'm keto-ish. My face is itching. So, try not to touch it. Jim says, you and me both, Hillary, feel disgusted with myself. Looks like a lot of us are doing it though, so at least we can kind of take some solace from that, I think. And maybe we can all go up, maybe we can be like, once this looks like it's coming to a bit of an end, we could maybe start a fat club. Basil says, silly as it might sound, I wonder if you put little Vaseline around your mouth and on your lips before brushing, wipe it off, might protect it. Yes, that's a good idea. Don't think I've got any Vaseline, but I'll see if I can get some. That shouldn't really bother it. I don't know though. Yeah, okay. Galanman had 11 Lalabo samples delivered this week. I'm testing them over the next few days. Lovely. Heather, I was gaining and said, oh no, got back on track, want to look decent in pics today. Are you having some pictures taken, Heather? Let me know what you're up to. Plain yogurt and blueberries gets rid of my sugar craving. Dan, it's way too early. Sorry, Dan. It's early for me as well, you know. Heather, I don't buy sugar, easy to do since I'm in charge of groceries. I'm definitely in charge of groceries. I wish I wasn't. I wish someone else would shop for me and cook for me and tell me to exercise. That's what I need. So I'm looking for, I guess I'm looking for a carer, a chef, and a life coach and a fitness coach. Basically, I want someone else to do my life for me for a little bit and get me in shape. Yeah. Oh, it's a graduation today, Heather. Wow, that's amazing. Is it your own graduation? If so, congratulations. Congratulations. Jim says, Heather, are you having a party today to celebrate? Okay. Right, I am going to start then. So basically, I've already So when I opened the door to the postman at 11 a.m, and as I said, I'm on nights, so I didn't go to bed till 7 this morning. So that was only after a few hours sleep, and I couldn't get back to sleep. I took the parcel to bed, back to bed with me, and I did undo the sellotape, and I was going to have a look and a sniff, and then I thought, no, it all looks so nice in here. It would be so nice for everyone to see how lovely the packages are from Zoologist. So I put it back together again, but not quite as pretty as it was, to be honest with you. So so I'm going to try and open it without showing you my address, which is still on here. So let's do that. I'll just get the lid off and then I'll show you what it's like inside. Right, okay, that's the lid off. So it comes in this lovely tissue paper, which is so cute, and there's a sticker, which I already lifted once, a sticker holding it all together. And we are now open. We have some protective tissue paper, which I no doubt will start blowing around the garden. And so Victor sent a full bottle of Sloth. I say it's to me and Dan. No doubt by the notes it's going to be more Dan's thing, the Sloth. But we'll certainly find out. So there's the box for Sloth. You can see the artwork there. On the back is the ingredients, etc. It's an extract de parfum and 60 mils. And the top is sealed with one of those lovely stickers. So there is Sloth. He sent a lovely little note and just says, "Dear Claire and Dan, thank you for your continued support and fun reviews. I hope you will like my new creation. Stay safe. Best regards, Victor, Zoologist." And then he's also sent, let's pop that down here. So this seems to be travel sizes. So I thought he was going to send just the bat as a travel size, but he sent a nice little pack of them. So this is, it's called the Natural Selection Set, 5 sprays, 11 mils. So this is one of his. Oh, off goes the note from Victor. I will go and retrieve that in a minute. So we have 5 travel sprays in here, and it's called the Natural Selection Set. So what do you want first, Sloth or the travel sprays? Let me just catch up with your comments. Chris Hwalek says, "So glad I could join Sweetie's live stream." Yeah. Oh, bless her. Tracy says, "So excited to see and hear about their new scents." Barry from Centralised says hello to everyone. Everyone says hello back. Jim says this is just like Christmas. Barry, can't stop as I'm being forced to go for a walk with the wife and kids. Oh, that's not very nice, Barry. And Ben says, "Is Sloth another print one?" I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is. I should have done my research. I'm pretty sure it is. Jim says, "That's good, Barry. We were all just talking about how fat we're all becoming." It's true, it's true. Barry says, "Just thought I'd say hi and I'll watch it back later. Much love to you all." Heather says, "I had Christmas again yesterday afternoon. Can't stop buying perfume." Yeah, that's another problem. Can't stop shoving food in my face. Can't stop buying perfume. And I've just got paid as well. And I'm itchy face. Sorry, I can't not itch it when it itches. Barry says, "Speak for yourselves, I don't get fat." And Dan says, well, cool, I've been telling Victor he needs to send me a bottle of bee for testing purposes. Nothing. Oh, worth a go. Oh, Liz is here. I'm at work, shouldn't be here. You haven't seen me. I'm sneaking on to have a nosy. Brilliant. And Robert's here as well. Hi, Robert. Hello, everyone. How's it going? He says. Right. Shall we start with Sloth then? I need a sweetener in that coffee. Sweetie, go get me a sweetener. So here we go. Let's open it up. I'm not one of these people with a fancy samurai sword to open up things with. I usually just grab a pair of scissors, a bread knife, a butter knife. But today it's just fingers. At least my fingers look nice. Ben says, I hope it is a Prin frag. I thought the new bat was rank compared to the old one, but Prin has done a great job with it from creative perspective. He's such a funky perfumer. I dig it. Yeah, Prin is very much his own perfumer. He does some crazy stuff. Well, as we know, because Ben sent me that disgusting vomit flesh thing. Was it no? I always want to call it Sombre Noir, but I think it's just called Sombre, is it? Okay, you need to see this as it comes out. There we are, unsheathed. It's always fun, isn't it, when it's unsheathed? So that's magnetic. So that's rather nice. And let's undo it. So there's the bottle in its box. And I will read you the stuff. So it is Prin. It says it on here. Perfume Prin Lomros. A sloth. With its vibrant sun-dappled hues, the dense Amazon rainforest beckons invitingly, yet within its misty depths, countless dangers lurk, slinking across the forest floor. Dangling high among the treetops may seem a dubious defence against peril, but for leisurely sloths, the forest canopy offers a protective shroud. Safe in their leafy fortress, the sluggish creatures move so slowly, even the moss overtakes them. They snooze in a cradle of moist green aromas, oblivious to the chaos below. Zoologist Sloth captures the tranquility of this sleepy beast in a soothing green essence. Calming lavender, chamomile, marigold and jasmine combine with the stillness of bittersweet hay and damp moss, stitched together by threads of luscious incense. The result is dreamy and exotic. As it settles on the skin, Sloth carries one up to a place where stresses simply tumble away. Oh, that's nice. A full note listings here. We've got chamomile, acai berry, lavender, violet leaf, marigold, beeswax, anise, jatamansi, not sure what that one is, jasmine, cumin, hay, myrrh, frankincense, mushroom, oak moss, vanilla and tonka. So there's a few notes in here that are definitely not my favourites. That would be the cumin. If cumin is noticeable to a degree in fragrances, I tend not to like it. Another one I don't like is marigold. The fragrances I've tried with marigold in, for the most part, I haven't enjoyed. And I've got to smell some real life marigolds in my mum's house in France, and actually they're not the prettiest smelling flowers at all. Mushroom can add an earthiness. I don't mind mushroom. I smelt it in a Sarah McCartney fragrance, and it adds this kind of rich earthiness to a fragrance. Now you can see the colour here is very mossy actually. It's almost like stagnant water. Let me just quickly check your comments as I've been rambling for a while. Tina, your skin doesn't look bad. I'm glad we can see you. Thank you, Tina. It's much improved actually. The cream has done its job. Lizzie says, can't stop eating munchies. Fat isn't the word. Someone feed me salad. Yeah, but you know what? You'll eat salad and it won't satisfy, and you will have to have the munchies afterwards anyway. Robert says, Lizzie, you're working. When did the massage parlours open back up? I'll let you answer that one, Lizzie. Tony says, fantastic presentation as always. Yes, I love the Zoologist bottles. They're amazing. Rich says, too many wrenches in my opinion. Do you want me to take yours away then? And Lizzie says, here's me hoping it was the new peacock from Zoologist. Oh, wouldn't that be nice? Or flamingo. I think, do you know what? I would love a flamingo. And instead of it being based on the environment, it's just all the ingredients are pink. So candy floss, sorry, itchy face, strawberries, pink pepper. Did I say the C word? Who, me? What did I say? John says, sounds like an interesting mix, mushroom. And Dan hates the word moist. Moist, 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 moist. Ben says, ooh, sounds cracking and a bit out there. Basil. Tiffany says, who has a collection of backups? I don't. I've only got one backup bottle, I think. And Heather says, dampened? Damp? Dan, do you prefer damp? I reckon we could make damp. Damp. Sound a bit rude. Tony says, I think it'll be challenging in mushrooming fragrance. There isn't much room in here for any more cake eaters. Robert says, Dan, the word soaking is better. Yes. Richard says, hi, how are you then? I'm okay, thanks. Sorry, I keep itching my face. It's very annoying. John says, dripping, Dan. Dan says, Robert and John are just trying to torture me. Lizzie says, flamingo sounds amazing. I love the idea of pink. Yeah, I think it'd be fun. Think of all the fun pink ingredients you could put in there. It'd be awesome. Oh, flamingo is a great idea. C for cumin. Oh, yeah. Ugh, cumin. Ugh. Rich says, moist, moist, moist. I'm ready for a good time. Oh, moist, moist, moist. Ready for a good time. I think that's where we're going with that. And Hilary got Proxima yesterday. She says, speaking of strawberry. Heather says, cumin is for taco seasoning. Yeah, and curries. Right. Okay, do you want me to smell this? So we're going to go directly on skin. Just checking. So in my live stream title, I have said unwashed. And that's because I am unwashed. I haven't had my shower yet today. So I would never normally come on a live stream. I'm going to rephrase that. I would never normally do a live stream unwashed. Even though, I don't know, it's a psychological thing. I don't feel ready. I don't feel ready. I generally wouldn't even walk to the shop unwashed. I don't feel ready, like I have to shower. So for me to do this unwashed just shows you how excited I was to get this unboxed. So I'm going to go on skin with it then. So let's remove the cap. These caps are nice and heavy. That feels like leather. I don't know if it's real leather or not, but it doesn't really matter. That is really lovely. And on top you have the emblem there again. That is on the stickers and on various parts of the presentation. So we are unsheathed and ready to go. And I was saying I'm unwashed, so that's why I'm checking my skin, because there was some fragrances I put on last night that are still present. So actually B, I put that on, I say last night, it was this early hours of this morning, but it's still present there. It's quite strong, B. So anyway, I'm fairly clean here. And let's just do it. I'm kind of scared, but I'm doing 3 big sprays because it's only fair. Okay, I'm trying not to breathe in. Let's let that settle for a second and I'll just show you the bottle. Oh, my coffee's getting cold, so let's drink that. Oh, it's gone to that cold bit that's too cold. Ugh, I'm not going to drink any more of that. Right then, let's see. Let's see what we get. I'm kind of nervous this bottle will fall over, so I'm going to put it back in the box. Here comes an aeroplane. Where are you? Can't see, it's a bit cloudy up there. Right, I'm going to try and smell this. Oh, it's over. Oh, it's a helicopter. It's over there. I don't know if you can see it or not. Can you see it? don't know if you can see that or not, but that was a helicopter. Quite low actually, it's probably after me. This is unusual. It smells like tea. Sorry, itchy face. It's almost like a cup of milky tea, but intense, more intensified. Okay, right, so Hilary says that Proxima is like strawberry fizzy drink, so good, I'm excited to test the hell out of it. Tony says innuendos flying around in here today. Innuendos are our bread and butter. Robert says, who's bought the rip-off Amouage Black Iris yet? There's a few bottles going, cheap, 4 sprays missing, everybody dumping it in fragrance community. Hilary says it's fabulous, can't stop wearing it. It's like kind of like Claire and La Belle. Ah. Oh, that's what Jim says. Sorry. Jim says to Hilary. I think you're talking about Proxima. Hello, sweetie. What's the matter? Oh. She's just on my leg. Lizzie says pink, raspberry, candy floss, rose, peony, something feathery. Yes. Oh, lots of feathery musks. Feathery musks and powdery vanilla. Please, Victor, make it happen. Right, okay, let's start a campaign for Victor to do a flamingo fragrance. One for the really girly girls. Pink champagne, pink prosecco as a note. How about that? Give it a little fizziness. Ben has black iris, and it's not bad, but I think people bought it expecting it to be something it wasn't. It's a flanker, straight and simple, but not a bad one. Joss is here. Hi, Joss. Heather, today I should, not quite sure, sorry, not completely following all of the conversations here. And Hilary's bought black iris as well, but it hasn't arrived yet. And Tina says the helicopters would not stop at my house last night. It's weird. Must be looking for someone probably. Robert, not bad. Is it worth the money when you have the original? Dan says, I've seen helicopters before, Claire. It's not my first rodeo. Rich says the helicopter's going to investigate people doing the fragrance sampling in their back gardens. Oh, hello, sweetie. What's the matter? Come up here then. Come on. Come on. That's it. Okay then. So Sweetie's insisting on a little bit of a cameo, aren't you? Here she is. Say hello to everyone, my little darling. Yeah, he's a good girl. He's a good girl, aren't you? One, look up. That's it. Look at everybody. Open your eyes. Oh, off you go then. Oh. Okay. Okay, so we have Annie in the house. Hi, Annie. Lizzie says, has anyone not got a spanner? I'm starting to feel less special. Oh, sorry, Lizzie. If I can find you another tool, I will. Ben says you only need the original interlude or black iris. You don't need both. Brandon's here. Hi, Brandon. Talking scents. I love tea scents, so this is good news. To me, it smells like tea. Whether it actually smells like what the normal person would call a tea scent, I don't know. You can tell there's cumin in here. It gives it that slightly curry vibe, but it's not as dry as a very dominant cumin. There is a moistness. Dan Spanner, so you're listening, there's a moistness. And Joss says, I came very close to ordering La Belle after that video. I honestly think you would like it, Joss. I think you would probably love it. Bundesliga is starting up again, says Rich. I think we're talking about my noisy neighbours. And Scott says, Lizzie, you should have the full toolbox. And Lizzie says, thanks, Scott. My husband calls me a battle axe, so that counts as something special. Ben, I'd love to see flamingo. I really like the heavily feminine leaning zoologist scents, hummingbird and dragonfly. Fantastic. And we haven't had a new one in a while. I think Victor says he kind of likes to do like one more challenging one followed by one easier to like one. So yeah, I think if we all campaign for flamingo, and maybe he'll listen. So let's think of a hashtag for it, for our flamingo campaign. Come on, you lot can do that while I'm reading your comments. Come up with a hashtag, something a bit catchy for like we want flamingo or something. Fragdicted Tony is wearing 1 million today and one spray of Intense Cafe. And guess what I can smell more? Well, I would have said Intense Cafe, but I don't know. Dan says, I can't do cumin or moist. John says, haha, Claire, the Bundesliga, German football league, no naughty neighbours. Oh, right, okay. Hilary says, I'm thinking about La Belle too. I've never smelled any of the women's JPG frags since I don't have them in stores here. Really? That's unusual. I'm trying to think what your taste is like, Hilary, whether or not you might find it a bit too sweet and generic, but if you just give it time, the opening is so sweet, it's too sweet, and you might be like, oh, for fuck's sake, but it doesn't take long, and it's just it's a beautiful sort of woodsy, spicy vanilla with just this hint of the pear that hangs around. It's rather nice. Raj is here, sentient man. Get your flamingo out. I like that. Hashtag get your flamingo out. You have to aim it at zoologist. Fragdicted says hashtag moist lovers. Dan says hashtag moist flamingos. Tracy, hashtag free flamingo zoologist. Lizzie says Claire's a flamingo lingo. Oh my god, John says hashtag moist flamingo lips. Come on. Oh, sorry, my face is really itchy. Joss, I just got Scandal because it was so cheap on Fragner and it's really nice. Their fragrances I've smelt in shops and ignored and decided they were too sweet and too generic. But again, I've not given them the time, so I might go back to them now. And Chris says, hey Raj, been enjoying your recent videos. Right, let's get back to this. That's what we're here for, right? Yeah, I was expecting Sloth to be green and I don't know, maybe not as interesting actually as it is, and I have to try now explain why it's interesting. You can smell the cumin. I would say cumin has a fairly big part to play here, so therefore it's not going to be something that I would choose to wear. And I'm pretty sure, I think there's chamomile. We said chamomile, didn't we? I feel like I can smell chamomile. If you're not familiar with chamomile, I mean, it's in chamomile tea. You can get a lotion, I think, with chamomile in it. And it's an aromatherapy oil that is used for soothing and calming, so it makes sense to be in a fragrance called Sloth that's all about a very slow living, kind of calm life. And chamomile's kind of herbal, almost not mentholated, but I feel like I'm getting something mentholated from here. and a bit smoky actually. But I'm not sure if anyone's got a fire going. I'm not sure if there's a fire going or if it's coming from the fragrance. I think there's a hint of something smoky, almost like a rubbery smoky. Yeah. Yeah, it's really unusual. It's kind of, it's not as green as I expected. I was expecting green, like leaves, maybe sort of galbanum green, like, which I don't like. But it's not as green as I thought it might be. This isn't immediately taking me to the middle of a forest or anything like that. It's extremely aromatic. There's components in here I quite like, and then there's components in here that I don't so much like. Also, chamomile, for reference, is in that new Gucci one, the one that's sort of non-gender specific. I think it's Melody or something like that. It's a green box. If you try that, that's got a massive dose of chamomile in it. Joss says she really loves the dry down of Scandal. Lizzie says think pink, hashtag think pink. And Annie says to Joss, Scandal is heavenly in the dry down. Okay, I'm going to retry it. And Brandon says, all the fragrances I've smelt from Prim, Sloth's perfumer are interesting. Migra from his line is awesome. Okay, I've not tried that one. John says sloths eat their own leavings, don't they? Do they? Well, dogs do as well, which is gross. And he says, oh no, rubbery smoky is an off note for me. Lune Feline has that too. Oh really? Yeah, see, Lune Feline, I wouldn't have thought to describe it as rubbery. I guess it has a hint of smoke. Yeah, this has, it does have calming elements to it, which is probably the lavender and the chamomile. But it has a cumin, which is kind of lending it a little bit of a curry-esque feel. But it does have almost like a balm effect. Like I'm thinking that might be the chamomile again, but this kind of really smooth, calm scent to it. I think it's really interesting. Definitely a little bit smoky though. It's not, there's no one having a fire. It's coming from here. A little bit smoky, but not anything full on. It's just a hint of smoke, like an incense smoke, not a bonfire, not a barbecue, not incense. Maybe if you lit incense down halfway down the garden and it caught on the breeze and I caught it in my nose, it's the subtlety of it. It's not full on smoke. It's a really interesting fragrance. It's not like anything I've ever smelt before, and it's difficult to explain. It's definitely difficult to explain. It's difficult to pick out individual components. The one aspect that I really like is this balmy lotion, like really smooth, clean part of it. And I think that might be chamomile, which I would have said is not one of my favourite scents. I've got some chamomile oil indoors, and on its own, I find it a little bit pungent. And in that Gucci fragrance, I found it a bit pungent. But in here, it's softer and it's more calming. So I think we'll move on to the other the travel sizes. We'll move on to the travel sizes. I'll just catch up with your comments, and I really need another coffee. That's it, Tim. Memoir d'une odeur is the chamomile one from Gucci. And Hilary says coprophagia is quite common in most mammals, honestly. I take it that's the act of eating one's own poop. Yes, she confirms that, poop eating. Jim recently bought Serge Luton's Fleur d'Oranger and found out after that it had cumin in it. Oh no. Oh, Victor's here. Hi, Victor. Thank you so much for sending these lovely, lovely things. We're just smelling sloth, and then we're going to get on with the travel sizes. If anyone's got any questions for Victor, hopefully you don't mind me saying this, but fire away. John, probably why we shouldn't let mammals lick our faces too much. Yeah. If they're going to lick feces, don't let them lick faces. I think that should be a rule. Maria? Hi Claire, is sloth rather wearable though, or more of a work of art? For me and my taste, which is very specific, I like my fragrances quite usually fairly sweet or kind of oriental florals. Sweet is sneezing, could you hear her? This is maybe a little bit aromatic for me. I think it's very wearable. I know for a fact that Dan's going to like this. I think the cumin's not too strong. If you hate cumin, you're probably not going to like it. If you're okay with cumin in smallish doses, I think you'll be fine with it. I think it's wearable, but it is unusual. It does have a calming feel. Oh yes, Victor, we've all been talking about how you should make flamingo. We all want flamingo, and instead of making it smell like the environment, just chuck a load of pink ingredients in there. Pink pepper, candy floss, pink prosecco or champagne, and Lizzie had a whole host of things you should put in there. All lovely, delicious smelling things. Victor's just got out of bed. Me too, pretty much, to be fair. Oh, something's touching my foot. It's all right. It's okay. Panic over. Itchy face. Right. Okay. Just quickly catch up. Any comments? Tony's asking if there's any new fragrances on the horizon. Dan says I'm rude for making everyone get up so early. Hilary says, hi Victor, I'm absolutely infatuated with your line. Oh. And there will be a bird perfume next year, says Victor. And Heather says, collectively we'd like flamingo. Yes. Victor says, a very big flamboyant bird. Well, that sounds good. Maybe Lizzie will get her peacock. Eve says, I love the sloth one and would wear it. Annie has bought herself Dodo as a blind buy, tempted to buy Nightingale. Should I go for it? It depends. I don't know your taste too well, Annie. Nightingale is extremely powdery, vintage feeling with lovely plum blossom. It's got a real presence, but it's very much a statement kind of fragrance. It feels like it's from another era, but in a really good way. Victor says, all delicious smelling things. That could be raccoon. Oh, doorbell. Victor's got a delivery. Eve says, I have Nightingale. It's vintage vibe, cherry blossom scent with a bit of oud. Big bird. What, from Sesame Street, Dan? What about Orville? Most of you won't know who Orville the duck is, but my British friends will. Google it, Orville. Orville is actually Rich Mitch's twin brother or sister. I'm not sure if Orville's a girl or a boy. I think it's a boy. Scott, I knew a big flamboyant bird once, but she didn't have long legs. She did have cross eyes, though, dear. Brandon's off to work. Have a good day, everyone. Bye, Brandon. Thanks for popping in. Heather says blue-footed booby. I've not heard of that one. It sounds a bit strange. And John says, haha, Scott, we need to stop dating the same lasses. Tina says Nightingale's gorgeous. And Brandon says Tony is a live stream at the same time tomorrow. And Maria says to Annie, Nightingale definitely has a vintage vibe, lovely plum blossom and wine notes on a feathery musky base. Yes. So let's get this opened. Then it really should be getting on. I need my next coffee, and unfortunately, Sweetie's bloody useless when it comes to making me coffees. You need training, don't you, darling? She's more concerned with herself. So this is the natural selection set. Natural selection set. Like the box for Sloth, it has a magnetic opening there. So let's open that up, and I need to be careful not to drop these. Let's straighten them up. Aha. So that is what that looks like. You've got 5 scents in there, and we have bat, so that is going to be the new formulation. Camel, civet, hummingbird and squid. So I won't smell them all with you. I have definitely mentioned them on previous videos, or also on Dan's channel. I think we probably covered most of them, but I'll probably do a revisit on some of these more challenging ones because it's been a while since I smelt them. But I think we do need to do bat, don't we? Now, ooh. Dan says he needs his first coffee. Tracy says, I wish I could fly right up to the sky, but I can't. That's Orville, by the way, a green duck with a man's hand up his arse. But that was in the years gone by when it was acceptable for that kind of behaviour. If Orville was alive today, he'd be part of the hashtag #MeToo campaign. Victor's back. Hi, Victor. Right. So Tony does live streams. He actually invited me on one tomorrow, but I can't make it. Well, I could, but I'd be unwashed. Tony does live streams every Sunday afternoon, and he has a mystery guest. So oh shit, I've just ruined it, haven't I? But I couldn't make it anyway, so it's fine. I've not ruined it. I couldn't make it to be the mystery guest. Sorry, Tony, I'm useless. But he has a mystery guest on, so do tune in tomorrow and see who his mystery guest is on his channel. And I'll just take my foot out of my mouth. Victor says about the box set, I actually didn't remember which travel sprays you have, so I sent a bunch. There's definitely a few in there that we don't have, so thank you, Victor. Definitely, I definitely have hummingbird, but yeah, it's nice to have camel. I definitely didn't have that one, and I think civet as well. Be good to revisit those because they get some strong reactions, good and bad, I think. And Tracy says these sets look great and think you said better to order from Zoologist website. Yeah, there's only one stockist in the UK and you pay quite a premium, and actually you're better off if you order from Zoologist. You can get the travel sprays, which you can't get in the UK, and actually you'll be better off money wise as well. And Victor sent these on Tuesday from Canada. I just checked messages when we were talking. He said he was going to send them on Tuesday, and today's Saturday, so it only took Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, less than 4 working days. It sent them on the Tuesday, arrived on the Saturday, so that is really amazing. Right. Tony, pissed myself laughing, Jim, that's what I mean. Hilary says civet is so good. Tracy enjoyed her squid sample. Amanda's here. Hello, Amanda. Hi, I miss you. I hope you're doing okay over there in, it's Chicago, isn't it? Yeah, Tony, sorry. Don't tell Claire any state secrets. I'm tired. I've only had 1.5 coffees. Come on, give me a chance. Victor says Canada Post is a mystery. Oh, that's amazing. 4 days to get from Canada to the UK. And there's things I've ordered here in the UK that have taken 2 weeks. And then Victor says some packages are sent to Europe took 5 weeks to deliver. Bloody hell. Yeah, I just got Lola sent me a lovely little package, and that took about 3 or 4 weeks. Yeah, it took about a month. Heather says Amanda's 5 hours away from me, and Tracy says I got chameleon and hummingbird from Bloom, but I like to try the travel sizes too. Yeah, I think with Bloom you get one mil. It's not really a lot to test the fragrance out. Right, we're gonna go. Oh, I've got a fly. I've got a fly. Don't know where it's gone. It's gone. Right then, we're going to go with Bat. So extract parfum. Perfumer is Prin Lomros, and this is the current formulation. I'm going on, I say clean skin, but as I previously admitted, I haven't showered today. It's unusual behaviour for me, but needs must. Needs must. So let's show you the travel spray. Lovely, cute little batty boy. Oh, I didn't mean to say that. I absolutely did not mean anything offensive by that. I just meant that it's a bat and he's a boy and he's cute, and it just came out like that. So please, let's just move on quickly. Look at the colour of the juice there. That's somewhat like a dehydrated wee. Actually, no, it's got a slight green tinge to it, I think. So no, it's not quite a dehydrated wee. You see it's got a little bit of a green tinge. And you can tell if your travel spray is the newest one on the label, it says BAT V2. Yes, it does. BAT V.2 on the label there. So when you say that, Victor, does that mean you know that that is version 2, not the original one? Is that right? Right, shall we smell it? I've sprayed it, let's smell it. I don't think, oh, this is actually really nice. I know Ben from Talking Sense didn't like this one and said he preferred the original, but he said it's still, good, but just wasn't his taste. This is much more wearable to me, and I have to go from memory because I didn't have a look to see if we've got a sample anywhere. I didn't check, should have done that. But this is, it's kind of like the description of Sloth about it being calming. I feel actually like this is really calming. It's smooth. It's a little bit, I wouldn't say powdery, as more not dust, somewhere between powdery and dusty, in that it's got a texture to it somewhat like sawdust, if you know what I mean. Like you could kind of touch it, so it's not like super smooth, and I'm not saying it's rough, I'm just saying the texture of the fragrance is like the texture of sawdust. So it's got this kind of like almost pepperiness to it. It's got a little bit of sweetness, and I can feel the earthiness, but it's not mega strong. And I actually really like the smell of dirt. We're talking about earth dirt, not you know, anything else. Earth dirt. I really like earth dirt. I used to love potatoes when my parents, when I was young, and my parents used to buy these massive sacks of potatoes, and all the potatoes were covered in dry dirt, soil, because I guess that's like the cheapest way of doing it. And I mean, I don't even notice that kind of thing in supermarkets anymore. They're all quite well washed. But I used to love putting my hands in the potatoes and actually like to taste of the dirt. So I used to lick the dirt off my hands. I shouldn't really admit this kind of stuff. But the smell of it as well is quite addictive, I think. But this is just, it's a hint of the dirt. I think in bat I remember the soil note being quite more pronounced. This has a sweetness to it. I could, at the moment, and we don't know where this is going to go yet, at the moment I would happily wear this. It has this fruity, I'm not sure if you would say a fruity slash floral sweet element that's coming through. That's actually really nice. I really like it. I'm shocked actually. Just quickly checking comments. Matt, awesome to see you live with Victor Wong. Great idea. Well, I didn't know Victor was going to be able to make it. I just kind of tagged him to say I'm going live. So yeah, fantastic that he can. Sorry about that. Fantastic to have Victor here in the comments. Amazing. Jim says we had a vegetable garden when I was a kid, so I love the smell of rich dark earth. Dan says too much information, Claire. Possibly talking about the earth eating or the dehydrated wheat, not sure. Tracy says bought bottles from Bloom, but squid I just bought a sample. Mr. Bloom's Easter sale. Victor says it's fruity jasmine in a cave. Tony says, do I live in an airport? No, but there is a very small airport. It's called Rochester Airport, and it's only, I could cycle there in about 20 minutes, so not far, and it's uphill. If it was downhill, I'd be there in 5. Yeah, this is like, it's changing already. I feel like it's getting a little bit more earthy now. It has this really natural feel, but it also feels like, I don't know if there's chamomile in this one, but it feels like it shares an element with sloth. Victor, maybe you can correct me or help me out. Is there something in both fragrances that's kind of balmy, aromatic, comforting? I think that's really pretty, and so it's pretty and yet it's really interesting. Bluebird, recommend me a unisex floral frag. I have 200 bottles in my collection, but this is the type of frag I struggle with. I'm 6'5" Welsh, former semi-pro rugby. I think I probably just need to give you my email address and we can talk about it later. Well, actually, at the moment, this is it's got a fruity floral element and it's absolutely unisex. Victor says it could be hay in both scents. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I love hay. I do really like hay. Victor says on some days some people actually couldn't smell the fruit and jasmine and go directly to the dirt phase. Hilary says, cool, a fellow rugger. I played at uni though, not semi-pro. Hilary, you're so cool. Hilary yodels. Hilary's a yodeler and a rugby player and an animal whisperer. Dan says, sounds like you're man enough to wear whatever you want and no one else will say a thing to you. Yeah, just wear whatever you want. As long as you like it. Don't worry about what anyone else thinks. Victor says, 6'5" guy can wear anything and no one would object. And Joss says, check out the newest Angel EDT. That's fabulous. Heather has to go. She said she'll be right back. See you in a mo, Hev. And Tracy, go Claire. I've been single a little while now, just saying. But I'm a cat lady, so right. So I'm going to go back quickly to Sloth because that's really changed now. So Sloth, the cumin element has massively come out. It's really bloomed on my skin, and it has this kind of masculine cologne smell to it. So often the zoologist fragrances don't really smell like anything you'd smell in department stores. They're very unique, and this is unique because it has this strong cumin note now, this very strong aromatic cumin note, but it also has cologne vibes. I hope I'm not offending you in any way, Victor, but it feels like it's a masculine, old school type fragrance, the kind of thing Dan would love, Mr. Smelly. I think he would absolutely love this. It's got this freshness and this almost mentholated vibrancy. It's bright. It's actually quite bright. So if you're thinking about sloths in the trees, it's almost like there's a break in the branches or the tree cover, and the sun's actually beaming down. It's just got this real brightness, but also this curry-like cumin scent. It's really interesting. It's not the sort of thing I would wear, just because that it's just too much for me, and I just don't get on with cumin. But that's the only component I'm not really into. Oh, Dan's here. Hello, Dan. So we're smelling Sloth on my left wrist, and we have the new bat on my right. Victor says Sloth is actually a very respectable fougere. Yes, okay, I can see that. I can really see that. It really does give me old school masculine fragrance vibes. Victor says spray some on Dan without telling him. Just says something from Narciso Rodriguez would be amazing. Can't go wrong with one of the Narcissos. The musk one is very unisex. It still has florals, but it's very musky, and I think it's really nice for a 6'5" rugby player. I think that would be perfect. John says actually bluebird, if you're in the UK, raspberry vanilla from Pocket Scents is a safe option. I think I've smelt that. So I think I've got dermatitis in my scalp as well, so I'm sorry that I'm itching myself. It's almost impossible not to. Too much information again. Victor says many people have told me Sloth smells like a fougere a man in a suit should wear. Yes, I think so, yeah. The only challenging aspect of the fragrance to me is that cumin element. The rest of it, I think, is very wearable, very wearable. Mr. Smelly says Sloth sounds good. Yep, I think you're going to love it, Dan. Bluebird says thanks for the tips. I have Richard James EDT, which has tuberose, but looking for something new. Rose, no, it doesn't suit my personality. Joss says, I think I need that Zoologist travel spray set. I sampled the original bat, but it was too challenging for me. The new one sounds spot on. Christy says, oh, hi, Christy. You look great, Claire, not crusty at all. Yeah, you can just see it's a bit red. There might be little flakes forming, but it's mostly under control now, I think. Thank you, Christy. Keep getting landed on by stuff. Yeah, I actually really like bat. I think it's smooth, it's wearable, there's nothing jumping out, everything feels all lovely and blended, and it's a bit woodsy. So I said earlier about sawdust, it's almost a bit sawdusty, woodsy. This could almost be, I know it's bat, and it's sort of kind of like about a bat's cave, but it could almost be a man cave, sort of a man cave all done up like a pub with sawdust on the floor, but the wife has sneaked in like a nice reed diffuser just to give at least some form of nice feminine scent to the air. And it's slightly almost medicinal in a good way. Like, I'm thinking of one of those nice pink creams. It's like germaline-ish, not exactly, but that kind of nice soothing scent. I can't remember if you took the banana out completely or you just toned it down, Victor. If you can let me know. I'm not really picking up on banana. There's just this element of slightly sweet, fruity, floral. John says, I like the bat cave. See what I did there? I'm not quite sure. I think I'm not sure what we're talking about. So I'm sorry if I've missed any comments. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do, because this is getting on a bit, it's getting a bit long now. I'm going to put some comments or update the description with some further thoughts on these as I wear them. I am going to have to shower and start again because I always like to shower before work, even if I'm not leaving the house, because obviously we like to be clean. Even if I'm not clean right now, I'm a dirty bitch. Hello. And Chrissy says, yes, please, I'd like to hear about the dry down. I will do proper pre-recorded videos on these, and me and Dan will definitely, I think these could be the subject of our first frag chat when we get together. In the meantime, you'll probably get separate videos as we pass them between ourselves to review them and talk about them. But I am really liking bat. I think if you prefer the more wearable side of Zoologist, then bat is possibly going to be one that you'll like. Just, yeah, it's got this slightly medicinal aromatic aspect to it, almost mentholated, without it being minty as such, or without it being specifically eucalyptus, but that thing that those things do that diffuses a kind of sharp cold vapor. So it's that, but it's very smooth and it's very soothing, and there's just this hint of sweetness. I wouldn't have specifically picked out what particular fruits I'm smelling. I wouldn't have necessarily been able to say it's jasmine, but it's nice. So I think I'm going to have to leave it there because I really need to have another coffee. Heather says nothing is popping up for me, Joss. I do not know what we're talking about there. Christy says your neighbours are even getting on my nerves. Don't they ever go inside? Do you know what it is? I've got loads of neighbours because I'm at the end of this line of properties. So I've only got one neighbour that's properly joining me there. That's Thong. She owns the local Chinese takeaway and she's lovely. But down all along this garden are loads of different people from the road down below. So I've got different gardens backing onto mine all the way along there. So that's why I end up getting the noises from all the different properties. So it only takes one person to be out mowing or banging something, or kids screaming or dogs barking, and I'm going to hear it. So that's part of the issue here. Victor says, public service announcement. I have mentioned in an Instagram live that the next perfume is koala, and rhinoceros, dodo, dragonfly and macaque are all being redesigned. That's interesting then. So koala, so you already said, Victor, that it's going to be delicious. Before you said you're going to do koala, when we said something delicious, you said koala. So does that mean it's going to be a gourmand? Are you able to tell us any more about koala? And I'm sure everyone's probably going to wonder why the need to redesign. So obviously don't feel under any pressure to answer or not, but if you want to, it'd be interesting to know the reason for redesigning the other fragrances: rhino, dodo, dragonfly and macaque. Koala, Tracy says koala, big smiley face. Yeah, I'm excited if it's going to be a gourmand. That's amazing. Koalas, do they eat eucalyptus? Oh, that's a seagull, I think. Koalas is eucalyptus themed masculine scent, not a gourmand. Okay, all right then. I'm not that excited anymore. Oh, someone's got food cooking. I'm getting hungry now. Christy, don't they know you're a YouTube star? They need to shut up, you're filming. I'll let them know. I'll go and put a passive aggressive note through their door or something. Tracy says, thanks Claire, love your descriptions. Our neighbours are athletes. What does that mean? Do they just like keep going? Christy says, exciting. Koala sounds like it will be warm and cozy, just in time for fall maybe. People often say a koala smells like honey, lemon, eucalyptus, candy. Well, if you go in that direction, then I'm excited again. So it has that vibe. Okay, interesting. Okay, so thank you ever so much, everyone, for watching. A massive thank you to Victor for sending these to Dan and myself. Got sweetie hair on it. So once again, I'll flash you Sloth, and I'll flash you the bat one. I'll flash you the whole set. So Victor does these sets. I'm not sure what that is in my face. Victor does these sets on his website. You can buy a whole set. I think you get a better deal if you buy a whole set, but you can also buy all the travel sizes independently. And the one that we've been talking about is Bat, which is this one here that I've not put in straight, and I can't straighten up now. So there's one more flash of that. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Oh, that fly is on my face. Oh, good. Such a girl. Thank you, everyone. And I'll see you in the next video. And I will update some further musings down in the description a bit later on today.